a major shift for global exchanges in Japan. Bybit officially announces the termination of services for Japanese residents, signaling a new era of regulatory enforcement. Meanwhile, the CARF era has begun. As of January 1st, 2026, the international framework for crypto tax reporting is live in Japan, and the major domestic exchange Coincheck is already leading the charge in compliance. The boundary between offshore and onshore is disappearing. Let's dive into what this means for the market. Welcome to Japan Digital Asset Weekly, episode 66. I'm Keisuke, CEO of Wakyodo and venture partner at Onigiri Capital. The regulatory landscape in Japan has just taken two massive steps toward global professionalization. First, a story that has been developing for years. On December 22nd last year, Bybit announced that it would end all services for Japanese residents to comply with local regulations. Following their suspension of new registrations in late 2025, existing accounts will face phased restrictions starting this month. Users have until January 22nd to complete Level 2 KYC if they reside outside Japan. Otherwise, they will be classified as Japanese residents and restricted. Bybit has received 3 warnings from Japan's Financial Services Agency since 2021 for operating without a license. We saw a similar trajectory with Binance, which paused services before acquiring a local license exchange to re-enter the market legally. For the pro traders who moved to Bybit for high leverage and the best selection of tokens, this is a significant blow. However, many see this not as a final exit, but as a strategic pause as Bybit prepares for fully regulatory entry. It is also a reminder that the FSA is tightening the noose. With the transition from the Payment Services Act to the Financial Instrument and Exchange Act, penalties for unlicensed operators are set to increase significantly. While Bybit exists the gray zone, the white zone is becoming more transparent. On January 1st this year, the Crypto Asset Reporting Framework, CARF, officially went into effect in Japan. Developed by the OECD, CARF is an international system designed to prevent cross-border tax evasion. Under this framework, domestic exchanges must collect information on users, including their country of residence, and report transaction data to the National Tax Agency. This data will be automatically shared with the tax authorities worldwide, starting in 2027. On January 6th, Coincheck became one of the first major exchanges to formally request this tax residency information from its users. It's important to note, CARF covers assets like Bitcoin and Ethereum. Stablecoins are handled under the existing common reporting standard rather than CARF. NFTs may be included if they are traded for payment or investment purposes. This doesn't change the tax rules, but it makes transactions vastly more visible. Digital assets are now officially woven into the global tax infrastructure, just like traditional bank accounts. At Wakyodo, we view these two developments as the final professionalization of the Japanese market. The era where offshore was an escape from domestic rules is over. Bybit's exit proves that even the largest global players cannot ignore the FS's reach anymore. We expect more global exchanges to seek formal entry or partnerships in 2026. Furthermore, the implementation of CARF is a double-edged sword. While it increases the administrative burden on users and exchanges, it bestows a level of institutional legitimacy on the asset class. If the government is building global tax rates for it, they are acknowledging it as a permanent fixture of the financial system. For exchanges currently operating in Japan or looking to enter, compliance is no longer a nice-to-have. It is your license to exist. At Wakyodo, we specialize in helping global platforms navigate these specific FSA requirements and the transition to the FIEA. If you need to evaluate your compliance roadmap, we are here to help. That's all for episode 66 of Japan Digital Asset Weekly. The 2026 regulatory landscape is now live. If you found this episode helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Thanks for watching, and see you next Monday.